Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale.
So I have said quite a few times that it's WrestleMania season and it doesn't feel like WrestleMania season, right? Like I have been trying to get pumped up. I have been trying to feel WrestleMania season, but I just can't quite feel. I just can't feel it. I'm not excited like that for it. I don't it's just the storylines, everything is just not doing it for me. Well, this is a step in the right direction because maybe I'm not there yet. Maybe I'm not quite feeling WrestleMania season quite yet, but but I am a step or two closer to feeling that after what happened on Monday Night Raw. Now, what's been going on, we'll get to the Brock Lesnar thing in a second, but what's been going on with CM Punk and Roman Reigns, they're getting real personal with each other, right? They're getting like real personal. They're, Phil calling him by his government name. And I don't mind it. I actually kind of like it. However, this is what the third time now? Is it the third time? I think it's the third time that they do this. And even though it's still much must watch TV, it's starting to lose a little bit of steam. Just a little bit of steam. Now, there was a difference between this time and all the other times. We'll get to that in just a second. But it is losing just a little bit of steam having these two guys step in the ring, give them a mic, and cut a promo, talking smack to each other face to face. Opinion, okay? Because I'm hearing this. I'm hearing like, hey man, they really need to step it up. They really need to beef it up, man, before WrestleMania. And I'm like, okay, how so? What is it that you want them to do? You want them to attack one another the way Randy Orton attacked Cody Rhodes? Something like that? Because in all reality, these guys have not faced each other like that. And I think it makes it a bigger match if these guys don't lay a single finger on each other until WrestleMania, which brings us to what was different this time as opposed to the other times that they were in the middle of the ring talking smack to each other. Is that this time around, CM Punk actually took a shot at your tribal chief, knocking him to the floor. Now, CM, Roman Reigns, it's not like he was knocked out cold or anything. He was down. He kind of looked up a little bit with like a smirk, like, oh, okay. Like I got under your skin that badly, huh? Now this is all with the whole CM Punk going way too far last week, disrespecting the family line, right? Disrespecting Roman Reigns' dad. The Usos coming out saying apologize. So, for me, I'm just kind of like, look, this is a much bigger it's a much bigger deal if these guys don't lay a single finger on one another. Don't let these guys lay a single finger on one another. And last week, I'm sorry, was it last week or the week before? I think it was the week before we CM Punk grabbed Roman Reigns by his arm. And I'm like, no, no, that's already too much. Stop that. Now, this time around, Roman Reigns is getting ready to walk out of the ring. You see him Punk gets in front of his face. As a matter of fact, gets out of the ring to cut him off, which I thought was good. But I'm like, just don't touch each other. Just don't start throwing haymakers. Do not, do not. But from here on going forward, I'm thinking, you know what? You might want to keep them away from each other. Probably have CM Punk go to the ring. Now, I haven't checked to see if Roman Reigns is scheduled to be on Raw next week. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. If he's not, I'm sure we'll hear from CM Punk. I don't know if Roman Reigns is going to be there or not. If he's not, that's fine. That's fine. I know people complain and they're like, oh, come on, man. You really got to beef it up. You really got to beef it up. But in reality, seeing these two guys in the ring getting super personal with each other, it's been fun. But I'm telling you guys, it's starting to lose a little bit of its steam. And if all you got left is for these guys to get physical with one another, that's going to take away from the match. That's going to take away from the buildup. There's some matches where it's like, you know what? They shouldn't touch each other. They should not attack one another. When it was Warrior versus Hogan, it's like, hey man, don't have them touch each other. Don't have them attack one another. Just have them stare each other down. Just have them size each other up. Save it. Save it for WrestleMania 6. In this case, I feel the same way. Like, no, just size each other up. But I mean, that's kind of gone out the window to a certain degree. To a certain degree. I mean, CM Punk just landed one shot, and that was that. So it's not like it's completely ruined for me or anything. And even if they do get physical with one another and start throwing blows at one another, it's not going to ruin it completely. But I just think it makes the story that much bigger if we just save it for WrestleMania. As a matter of fact, I don't care if Roman Reigns is not there. I, me personally, I don't think Roman Reigns should be there until the Raw, the Go Home show for WrestleMania. There, that's it. I think Roman Reigns has served his purpose. We don't see him until the Raw to WrestleMania, and then he comes out and they meet in the ring face to face, nose to nose, one last time. Until then, we can just see, CM Punk talking some smack, running his mouth. Fine by me. Maybe Roman could go ahead and cut some promo backstage or something. But nonetheless, I am excited for that match. Now, I heard a little rumor that they're still trying to figure out which one's going to main event WrestleMania Night 2. If it's going to be that one or the Cody and Randy Orton. I mean, come on. Like, it's a no brainer. Even though Randy Orton and Cody, I mean, it is, piquing my interest a little bit, yes. But come on. You're not going to put that on Night 2, right? Over Roman Reigns and CM Punk? No. Even though they did start selling Randy Orton RKO shirts with blood on it. That's supposed to be Cody Rhodes' blood, of course. Randy Orton talking on the phone, and who's he talking to? And now everybody's buzzing, like, hey, who's he talking to, man? Was he talking to The Rock? Was he talking to Shane McMahon? Was he talking to Ted DiBiase? Oh, that'd be so great. It'd be so great to see Ted DiBiase in there. It really would, man. You know what is falling flat? I'll tell you guys something that is falling flat. Liv Morgan, Liv Morgan, and La Primera. That is falling very flat. Now, Liv Morgan was pushing to be the main event on night one. And I thought to myself, look, as a traditionalist, I mean, the women's WrestleMania, I'm sorry, the women's Royal Rumble is new, right? But, still as a traditionalist, I'm like, maybe they should. She won the Royal Rumble. But, however, WWE has stepped away from the winner of the Royal Rumble being in the main event at WrestleMania. Traditionally, that's the way it was. It's like, okay, you win the Royal Rumble, you get to main event and get a title shot at WrestleMania. Well, it hasn't been like that for a while, right? Depending on what that match is. It's just kind of, well, look, you get a title shot, but it doesn't guarantee you main event WrestleMania. It just means you get a title shot. That's all. If we have some bigger matches going on, then you're not going to main event, but you will get your title shot. So I think Liv, she definitely has some ground to stand on and say, hey, we should be main eventing night one. But in reality, with the Cody and Randy Orton match going on, let's be honest, they're not going to have that on the same night. And where are you going to put that match at? You put it to open the show? I think you got to go ahead and look. By the way, WrestleMania, the card's not filled yet. They still got a long way to go. So we'll see. But I can almost guarantee you that Randy versus Cody will be main eventing night one. And CM Punk and your tribal chief will be main eventing night two. Now, I did say I was going to watch and pay attention to the whole Grande Americano story. And I did. And well, the original El Grande Americano actually came up short. And man, I'll tell you guys, gosh darn it, man. It just it just lost its luster for me. It really did. I was so invested. I was so into El Grande Americano. I really, really was. I was a fan. Heck, I wanted to get of El Grande Americano. And I think they actually, at least for me personally, I don't know, maybe some other people may enjoy it, but at least for me personally, bringing the imposter of a Grande Americano and whatever his punk ass homies' names are, the Americanos or whatever, that just kind of ruined it. And now that the real El Grande Americano from the Gulf of Mexico is back, I'm just not, I just can't get into it anymore. I don't know if they're going to stretch this thing all the way to WrestleMania. but I just can't really get into it. And I really was a fan. So, yeah, I paid attention. Look, it was a good match. It was a good match, but did I really care the way I cared before he got injured and before they brought this whole clown show with the imposter and all that? No, no, I did not. I tried, but no, I did not. Hopefully it piques my interest again because I really enjoyed being one of the only ones that enjoyed the storyline of a Grande Americano, and now I don't. So, damn it. Hey, AJ Lee beats Bailey. So Bailey goes through the gauntlet match, right? She wins to get a title shot to end up tapping out. Now, I wonder what this whole plan, because I was starting to think that, okay, you know what they're going to do? They're going to turn this into a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Why have Bailey go through a gauntlet match so she could tap out to AJ Lee a week later? Is Bailey completely out of the picture now? Because if she's not out of the picture, then I'm like, okay, but she lost fair and square. There's really no reason for her to remain in the picture. You had to go through a gauntlet match, win the match, and then tap out. So I'm like, well, wait, what was the point of that?
He tapped out like a little bitch.
I was like, wait a second, hold on. Okay, wait, you had Becky Lynch show up after the fact, get involved. I'm sorry, not get involved in the match, not get involved in the match, but go after AJ Lee after the match is all done. And I was like, oh, okay, we're renewing this rivalry between Becky and AJ. And I'm just like, kind of over it. Are they really going to keep going with this? Now, rumor has it that that's going to be the match at WrestleMania, but that they're going to go ahead and put some sort of gimmick match on it. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what they'll do. Is it going to be a submission match? They have to tap.
He tapped out like a little bitch.
That's what I would think. They both have submission finishers. So unless you're going to do some sort of, no holds bar, extreme rules, table, whatever match, right? But if it's just going to be just a straight up match, AJ Lee versus Becky at Mania, what the heck? Really? Then what the heck was the point of Bailey? What the heck was the point of putting her through a gauntlet match so she can just go face AJ Lee a week later and then
He tapped out like a little bitch.
just straight up, I was predicting, okay, Becky Lynch is gonna get involved and cost Bailey the match. Bailey's gonna get pissed, go after Becky Lynch, and now we got this, three-way rivalry here, and now we get a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship at Mania. I thought that would have been good. But instead, you just had to go through a gauntlet match just so a week later she can tap out straight up. That's it. It's all over. So, they got to throw something. If it's going to be Becky versus AJ at Mania, they got to do something. They got to do something. So let's talk a little bit about the thumbnail here. Okay. Brock Lesnar, Obafemi, Seth freaking Rollins, Monday Night Rollins. So, look, I'm telling you guys this right now. I am actually liking this version of Seth Rollins where he has all these dudes come in and who, oh man, which one is Seth Rollins? Which one is him? You know, I really thought they did a piss poor job with the whole, hoodie mask guy. Like, who the heck is this? And I remember when who the hell unmasked the first one? I think it Logan Paul who unmasked the first one, and Logan Paul was like, "Who the hell are you?" And I'm just kind of like, "What the heck?" I thought they just kind of threw that away in the trash. And I'm like, "Ah, gosh, they did a piss poor job in this." But no, actually, this actually turned out to be something really good, at least for me, because I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying what Seth Rollins is doing, even though Seth Rollins isn't even cleared for action. I'm enjoying, what he's doing. He's got all these guys. They're all dressed the same with the mask and the hoodies. And it's like, well, which one is Seth? Which one is Seth? He was in there. He's talking about the vision, which the vision, I mean, darn it, man. I don't know. Maybe it's time to put that baby down. Maybe it's time to take that puppy out back and put it down. Bronson Reed is out of action. Braun Breaker is out of action. I mean, unless you're really just going to turn Logan Paul and Austin Theory into a tag team, which again, I'll say it again, Logan Paul has actually lost a little bit of star power being a part of the Vision. I thought he was a little bit of a bigger star, just him himself. He had some better storylines. Now that he's with the Vision, he's kind of been a little bit drowned it out. But nonetheless, um, Seth Rollins is out there. Paul Heyman comes out. By the way, I'm telling you guys right now, Paul Heyman is the greatest to ever do it. Paul Heyman is the best to ever do it. Now, there's some greats. Do not get me wrong. And one day we got to just talk about all the greats. Bobby the Brain Heenans, the Scary Sherrys, the Captain Luau, the Slick Ricks, all the greats, all the greats. The Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, Mr. Fuji, all the greats. But Paul Heyman, for as long as he's been doing it, on the level that he's been doing it, he is the best. He comes out all beat up. Not only all beat up, man. Not only because right, he took a curb stomp from Seth, so his face is a little busted up, but he comes out with this like with this tie a little out of place. Like he hasn't gotten some sleep, like he's been a little bit through the ringer, like he got in a little bit of like he got in a bar fight or something. Comes out, starts running his mouth, and of course, F around and find out, right? But then he turns it into F5, and out comes Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar gets to the ring and starts beating the crap out of all these dudes that Seth Rollins has with him. They're supposed to be Seth Rollins clones wearing the hoodie and the mask. And now we're thinking, oh, is it be Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? Now, these two have faced each other at WrestleMania before, if you guys remember. It was actually the very first match. I forgot what Mania that was. And right when Lesnar was going to go after Seth Rollins, Oba Femi comes out. The place goes crazy. In a very short period of time, Oba Femi has gotten over. He has. People are really liking this dude. So am I. I'm becoming more and more of a fan of Oba Femi. Kind of reminding me of like Batista. He comes in, sizes Brock Lesnar up. Seth Rollins says, I'm out of here. I don't need to be in here with King Kong and Godzilla. If I'm just Littlefoot. I don't know if anybody knows who Littlefoot is. He gets out of the ring, kind of distracts Brock Lesnar a little bit by him getting out of the ring. Brock Lesnar turns around, pow, man. Just the power bomb by Oba Femi. Now, I want to give credit where credit is due, but I'm not sure how much credit I really should give. I'm giving it to Brock Lesnar. Why is that? Well, because Brock Lesnar rarely really puts people over the way he put Oba Femi over. Now, just off the top of my head, I can't remember if anybody has done this. Maybe somebody has. I'm not really sure. But just off the top of my head, I can't remember somebody putting their foot on Brock Lesnar's chest as Brock Lesnar just laid there. Now, Brock Lesnar did have to tell Oba Femi, put your foot on my chest. He's really trying to put Oba Femi over. And I was just like, "Ooh, wow!" As a matter of fact, a little bit of me was kind of concerned that Brock Lesnar wasn't gonna like that. But no, it was actually Brock Lesnar that was telling Oba Femi, "Put your foot on my chest." So I want to give Brock Lesnar some credit on that because he never really struck me as a guy that was really willing to put guys over to that extent. So now it is official: Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. Question is now, where does that leave Gunther since Rey Mysterio is injured and we don't know if he would be clear, if he's going to be cleared by WrestleMania? But Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar? Oh, man. You know what? I'm calling a short match. Maybe not so short as when Goldberg took out Brock Lesnar. You guys remember how fast that was? Maybe just a little longer than that, but I'm calling this match under 5 minutes. Definitely under 5 minutes. Maybe even a little under 3 minutes. Putting Oba Femi over in a somewhat of a squash match. Now, is that the right move? There's all kinds of rumors out there that Brock Lesnar is going to retire at SummerSlam. But again, all those are just rumors. So is it the right move for Brock Lesnar to lose at WrestleMania against Oba Femi? Should you have Brock Lesnar beat Oba Femi at WrestleMania? No, I don't think so. Oba Femi is a young up and coming guy, man. You had Brock Lesnar completely squash John Cena last year. But again, Brock Lesnar retiring at SummerSlam is just a rumor. It could be true, could not be true. But I'm predicting a little bit of a squash match. Again, not complete squash, but I don't think this match sees past 5 minutes. I don't think it even gets close to 5 minutes. I think we're looking more at like 3 minutes with the Oba Femi win. We shall see as we inch closer and closer to WrestleMania.
And